Hey guys, today it's sweet potatoes. Hey guys, welcome to the homestead. So today I'm at the garden and I got my two boys with me and we're gonna go pick our sweet potatoes. Now I'm really excited about this year because I have seen our state record holder for sweet potatoes. A few years ago when we first moved here, there was a garden store that had on display that year sweet potato. It was a grand champion winner and it held the record for the largest sweet potato ever grown in the state of Arkansas. And I was looking at that, I'm like, yeah, that's a pretty big sweet potato. But since then, I have pulled sweet potatoes out of this ground, this garden, that I know are bigger than that sweet potato. So it was always after the state fair when we harvested our sweet potatoes, however. But this year, I'm looking at the sweet potatoes and they look pretty good. So I don't know. I mean, I know people who are south of us have already harvested their sweet potatoes. So I'm gonna go ahead and harvest ours. That was before, they harvested their sweet potatoes a few weeks ago. So we're a little bit north. I'm gonna go ahead and harvest the sweet potatoes, see what we got, and see if I have anything that's as big as that or close in proximity, from what I can remember, to that sweet potato that won the state record. And I'm gonna take it this year to the county fair. So here is our patch of sweet potatoes. You can see it was on the edge of where some of our cucumbers were, and there's a lot of cucumbers that went to waste, and we just had so many cucumbers we didn't know what to do with, and a bunch of them turned yellow. But over here, you've got a whole pile of sweet potatoes that have been growing up, and so we're gonna dig these up today and see what we can see. Really exciting.
What do sweet potatoes look like?
What do sweet potatoes look like? Well, we're gonna find out. Let's come over here and see these plants right here? This is the vines for the sweet potatoes. So what we have to do, it's kind of like it's like a hunt. We have to kind of like look and follow the vines to see where they go, and then we'll dig them up from there. But there's a lot of them. Oh, there's some going that were sinking down in there. That's not it though. We have to keep digging, follow the vines until we can find out where they go. Oh wait, right there.
Oh, right there.
Yeah, that's a good spot right there. See, we're gonna have to cut some of the vines so we can move them out of the way. And here's where we're gonna have to be digging. Oh, that's a good one. See that?
Oh, that's a big one.
That's a good sized one there.
That's a big one. Can't find any. Can't find any sweet potatoes.
All right, dig around this side too.
Wait, don't pull it out yet.
Don't pull it too hard.
It's wiggling.
Okay, let's see if we can break it off up here. I'll pull it out. There you go.
And
That's a good sized one.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that. Okay, so there's our sweet potatoes, and it's really disappointing. This is probably the worst sweet potato harvest I think we've had since we've been here. And I think maybe it's the variety, because all the other years I used a variety from a roadside stand that I found, and the guy retired and basically stopped selling them. I don't know what kind of variety that was, but they did amazing, spectacular. And these are just really small. And there's just not a lot of them compared to the ones we had before. And so I'm like, that's a good sized one. That's not a bad sweet potato, for sure. But man, I'm telling you, you go back to, I think it was one of the season episodes. I'll put a link in the description below and a link up top. Man, we had ones coming out bigger than footballs.
Bigger than footballs.
So I don't understand. It's not our ground. Maybe it's just a variety. That's an okay one too. It's not bad. There's a lot of little ones. It's okay, but it's a good sized one. I'll make a meal for dinner for sure. But there's just not like it's been in years past. I think Jaimie will she may be a little disappointed because I kind of built it up. I always thought, man, we're gonna get the best harvest, because these were the variety here I got from Baker Creek, and this is probably the only failure I think I've ever had from something I got from Baker Creek. And I bought these slips at the Baker Creek Fair, the spring planting fair. And, you know, it is what it is. But this is probably the worst sweet potatoes when it comes to quantity and size I've ever gotten. I was really hoping to get, I mean, none of these are even near what I was thinking of size-wise in competing with the county fair. So we'll just have to wait and see. But I may submit one, but it won't be near what the record holder was. But it's okay. They'll eat. That's winter. That's food this winter.
I'm making dinner, and Zach wanted to video what I'm making. We get tons of requests for more of me in the kitchen, so here you go. If you are familiar with our podcast and other things, you know that like I don't cook from a recipe. So, but here's my method. I'm going to tell you my method, so maybe this will help you figure out what's for dinner at your house. I'm making enchiladas. I've got corn tortillas. I've got a mixture of brown rice, my own canned beans. I always can my own beans, and our canned venison, and then a pot of my homemade salsa. But if you wanted, this is like a super simple meal, like serious, super simple. If you wanted to make this yourself. My friend Julie from St. Louis, I went to her house one time, and it was for a ladies' Bible study. And she had her kids fed, and the kids were downstairs playing, but she still had her meal sitting on the stove. And so I looked at her stove and I looked at her pan and I said, well, that looks good. What's that? She said, oh, that's so simple. But I said, okay, but tell me how you did it. Oh, it's so simple. It's like a meal I would throw together. It's just so simple. Anyway, what she had done was just brown up some ground beef, throw in a little taco seasoning, a can of beans as her filling. And then she put that in her tortillas in the pan. So beans, ground beef, taco seasoning in the pan. And then she put them in her tortillas. And then all she did was literally, she just got a jar of salsa, poured it over the top, and then put the cheese on. So this is kind of why I don't cook from recipes, because I'm more of that kind of cook. Like, I just put stuff together. But I thought that her made up kind of quick little recipe was genius. Because I mean, you guys all know it's sometimes just hard to get dinner on the table when you're busy, you've got a million things to do, and homesteading is no different than your life. It's just everyone's busy. Anyway, so that was a super simple meal I remember from Julie. And so I've kind of made it my own, like a little bit more complicated, because I made my own salsa, and but I already had my own canned beans, so they were ready to go. Anyway, so that's it. That's what's for dinner at our house. All right, these, I would normally open a jar of my own homemade salsa, but my rule is that we will never get into our canned goods until the season for the garden is done. So I still, it would have been easier to just grab a jar of salsa off the shelf and open it, but that would go against my rule. Anyway, so I decided to make my own salsa for dinner. It's just a small pot of salsa because there weren't that many tomatoes in the garden to actually can a lot of salsa, because I did it earlier in the week. Anyway, so these tomatoes the boys picked for me this afternoon. I boiled them in boiling water, pulled the peels off. I always just juice my tomatoes a little bit so that my sauce isn't really runny. And then just made my salsa. So I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll see you next time on the Homestead.
Well, we didn't get that great of a sweet potato harvest, but I got a bunch of corn over here. The corn's been doing really good, so I thought I'd pick some of that for dinner tonight. A lot of great stuff growing in here. I saw a melon casualty the other day. Something got in here and got one of our melons. See, what is that? I think I've got two different versions of squash growing here. Let's take a look at this. Now I thought this was the seed for the delicata, but that's not a delicata. In fact, it's a really big other type of squash. Maybe it's the cream of the crop or some other kind of squash. But I thought I got this seed from Shalom Acres, but I don't know. Now over here, something different growing. It's like right over here. That may be delicata. And it's growing right next to one of those other squash. You know, it's a little small. So I don't know. I am confused. It looks like the same plant putting off the two different varieties of something. Like there, that looks like delicata. But then just over there you got the whites looking like other squash growing. So I don't know. It's crazy. And over here you've got that's the big Ozark Mountain potato squash we have growing. A whole bunch of that. Both sides of that pokeweed right there that I did that video on the other day. Lots of that. We'll come over here. Okay. And let's see. There's some really good corn growing right here. So let's take a look at this one right here. Can you see that? That's a good piece right there. Go and break that off. Good piece of corn right there. Oh yeah. Yummy, yummy in the tummy. Put that in my cargo pocket. What else we got going on in here? Let's spot this guy. I don't need too many of them. Oh, that's not, I don't know. That might not be fully developed. I don't know. Looks kind of small. This one looks good. Right there. Oh yeah. Put that in the cargo pocket. Maybe one more. That one looks okay. I don't know. There's one in the back there. It looks kind of like it's been there for a while. Let me see if I can. No. How about this guy over here? That's a nut. There's a praying mantis. Get out of there. Which one do I want? That one looks bigger. Yeah, we'll take him back with us. That should be good. We'll shuck these. And I think we're only going to do, we've been eating a lot of corn, so some of these we're going to have to dry out and save as seed because I don't think I'm going to be able to eat them all. And maybe we'll either give them away to patrons who want them or anybody else who wants them. Well, we'll see. If you guys want some free corn seed. I want to try that Danny corn that Deep South Homestead has in Mississippi. But I also want to do popcorn next year, so I don't know what I'm going to do. I'll see how that looks. Let me check this one first, because this one didn't look as very as good. I don't know. Yeah, it's drying out a little. You may, yeah, it's got some mold at the top. That didn't look good. But we can save this for seed. It just started drying out a little. It was in the sun more than some of the other ones were. But we'll cut that top off and save that one as seed. See how that mold is all up at the top there? But this stuff is still good. You can save that. It'll work. Look at this one. Yeah, the top's a little messed up on this one too, but you just cut that off. you know, the insects, they get to the top of these things and they just eat it, you know. But when you cook it, when you get it from the garden, you just take a knife and just cut that off. And from here down, you know, it's fine. It's perfectly good corn. You're going to lose the tops, okay? It's just, you're going to get bugs. Unless you use insecticides and spray it with a bunch of stuff. Or you use Roundup Ready Monsanto corn. This is heirloom variety from Baker Creek. I forgot what the name of it is. But that'll eat. Oh, that one doesn't look very good. I don't know. I may have to go back out to the garden and get a couple more of these things. Yeah, that one's messed up. Worms got down in that one. So, oh well. Food for the chickens. It's chicken feed. This one looks good so far. There's a worm. That'll eat. That's a good one. Let me go back out there, get a couple more, and finish doing them. Okay, I got some more. I picked a few other ones that might be bad because if they're bad, I can give them to the chickens. It's free chicken food. If they're not good, it's just fine. That one actually doesn't look that bad. Even though the outside looked kind of bad. Yeah, that'll eat. Again, the tops are messed up. Hold on, I can't see. There. Tops are messed up, but that's okay. You just cut them off. It's all good and ain't gonna hurt you. The rest is fine. Let's see, that one's good. Oh, that one's not going to be good. Worms got in that one. This will be... The chickens are all underneath the deck right now. They're staying out of the summer sun. They'll eat this stuff all day long. Yeah, they'll eat that one. If I was starving, I'd eat it. But I ain't starving. I don't know about that one either. Oh, that one looks good. Okay. That'll work. Just again, cut the top off, you're good to go. We'll save the rest of these for, oh, I don't know, later in the week or something, tomorrow, day after tomorrow. But yeah. Chick, 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 chick. See, I'm gonna throw this corn out there. Here you go. Go for it, go for it, go for it. That's entertainment. Entertainment. Corn. Corn. Here. Yeah. I like raw corn actually. I'll eat it raw. But just for dinner tonight. Hey guys, listen, if you enjoyed the video, check out this list of amazing folks. These are our patrons. They make all of our videos possible. Couldn't do what we do here without them, so they're much appreciated. If you want more information, you can go to patreon.com/AnAmericanHomestead. Other than that, like, subscribe, hit the subscribe button down below, hit the videos over on the left, and we'll see you next time on An American Homestead.